Well, with Graham Clucas from Quing, and we always promise a regular catch-up with you. And mental health, we do quite a lot on this with different people, but you've had some interesting successes and development, I think, since we talk from time to time.
Yeah, it's been a really busy 6 months for us. We haven't been lots of media stuff because we've been so busy doing training, doing personal development stuff with the first group of people through their level 1 accredited training as PM mentors.
So explain that so people can actually learn how to mediate or meditate or whatever other people
So it's using a negative experience in a positive way.
Right.
So we're lucky enough to be partnered with Pushing Change in Portsmouth, and they have an accredited training program which is recognised throughout the UK, and we brought it to the Isle of Man and we delivered it over 10 weeks. We started in June and we're just in the middle of finishing, getting the folders together and all the evidence, and the guys have worked really hard.
Have all these people have gone through your own process, or have they just joined to be volunteers?
So how it works is we do a 4-day induction course, and once you've done the 4-day induction course, it introduces you to new ideas, it introduces you to self-awareness and personal development. So we get people to go through that, and then they're ready to start the level 1, and once you've finished your level 1, we run a level 2 and a level 3, so they're internationally recognised qualifications.
Wow. And we did an interview with Jack Bison about that and how he's gone through it. Anyway, you've got some interesting things coming up. Tell us about your art show.
So we have an art show the first weekend of October, and we've managed to get the private collections of, I think it's up to about 10 MHKs and ministers.
What, from their houses, or are they going to paint things themselves? Or
from their houses.
All right, they're going to take them off the wall and give them to you.
Bring them to the Isle of, bring them to All Saints, and we're going to show them, and we're going to have a competition. So we're going to give each politician a piece of wall where they can show their collection, and we're going to take one, and we're going to put it on a board, and we're going to have and then you've got to guess which one belongs to which MHK.
Oh, how great. And that's good support then. I mean, you must be pleased with that sort of response.
The Art Council is also allowing us to use some of their private collection, and then we're going to have local artists who are going to sell some of their work as well.
Well, we'll come along and have a quick look at that.
Yeah.
But I mean, back to this, I mean, funding, how's it all going?
As with all charities, it's when we have enough money, we put a course on. So.
And what need is there out there?
So, we live in a time of a mental health crisis. There is so much mental health, so many people struggling, so many people with anxiety, so many people.
I keep asking the same question though, is this new, or has it always been there, or is it a social media world we live in that's creating it, or what?
I think it's always been there, but what's happening, the problem is getting bigger. So, there's these two ideas. So, there's two different ways of looking at it. One is called the deficit model, which is this person has a set of symptoms. We treat the symptoms so they don't harm themselves or others. You then have, the asset or the strength-based model, which is that person lives in a community. There's something not quite with the community, and the mental health problems or the offending problems or the addiction problems is a symptom of the underlying problem in our community. And everything's become so much more intense. So you think of social media, you think of what's on TV, you think of the bombardment of
these aspirational lifestyles that we've always been seeing.
And you will be happy when you own this. And when you don't own that, you are unhappy.
And you brought addictions into it. These two closely aligned.
I think if you look, addiction, mental health, and even offending, is it 80 or 90% of people within our prison service have 2 diagnosable mental health problems?
Right.
And most of the people in our prisons are in there for drugs or another form of addiction.
How's it going though for you? Because there's different groups out there, all in the same field. Do you kind of specialise or?
So it's really because we're not a mental health charity. Okay, we're not an addiction charity. We're not an an offending charity. What we are is a group of people seeking healing together.
Self-help group.
Obviously, self-help. We're education. We're personal development. We empower people to change their lives.
Right. Now, people want more information.
So Quing.im or Facebook.
Congratulations, you've got your website.
Yes,
I think we keep talking about this.
Yes, it's been 18 months. So
yeah. So Quing.im is on the Facebook groups, and open to anybody to talk
so
to.
if you're feeling isolated, if you're feeling, we're not about treating problems, we're about developing people's strengths. And if you think you have a hidden strength or a hidden asset that you'd like to bring into our community on the island, come and we'll help you fulfill that desire.